To continue with locations and directions, I'd like to be able to share with you a mini lesson about asking for directions. Yes, asking for directions. Now, you want to be able to ask for directions, but you also want to understand when people are asking you for directions. So you might hear somebody, or you yourself might use a direct quote. Where is the library? Where is the supermarket? Where is the police station? Where is the cinema? You can ask these direct questions, and people will usually tell you where it usually is, but maybe in general terms, not necessarily giving you the answer of how to get there, the directions how to get there. So if you want to be able to answer in giving the directions, you might want to use an indirect quote, indirect question. So using indirect questions, these will let you ask for directions that will invite the other person to answer you with the information that you need. Now, sometimes this indirect way of asking a question can be said as a statement or even asked as a question, depending on how it's presented. Now, even though you might be asking, where is the library? You might want to use an indirect way of asking. Here are two indirect statements that you can use. I was wondering where the library is. Now, with the indirect, you will reverse this order and put the verb at the end. Where the library is. And one way to recognize this is that when you set it this way, when you set it up, you're setting up for the person to answer. The library is, and then they can start giving you directions. I'd like to know where the library is, so that you can be able to say this kind of indirect way of asking for direction, and people can be able to give you your answers for the directions on how to get there. Now, there's times where you might want to actually have the indirect question as the question. Yes, these will be in the notes so that you can see them there, but these are ways that can get you started in asking an indirect question. Can you tell me where the library is? Could you tell me where the library is? Now, could is a much more polite way to say. Can is okay, it's nice, but could is much more polite. Do you know where the library is? Do you have any idea where the library is? Would it be possible for you to tell me where the library is? Is there any chance you can tell me where the library is? All of these invite the person to give you directions to the library or to the location you want to go to. So you can use indirect questions to ask for the directions.